Indian political landscape is no stranger to the allure of freebies. Parties engage in a race to outdo each other with promises that might appeal to the masses. But as they say, there are no free lunches, and these promises come at a cost. In a nation where manifestos have become akin to rate cards, promises of freebies are not just a political strategy but a dangerous game that puts the economic stability of the nation at stake. Hello and namaste, I am Richa Dwivedi and this is The Bottom Line. Let's pause for a moment and ask ourselves, in a democracy where the power ultimately rests with the people, what questions should we be asking? Should political parties be engaging in a race of outdoing each other with promises that have not been thoroughly thought through? Are these manifestos a sincere commitment to the welfare of the citizens or merely a tool to secure votes? And most importantly, who bears the brunt of these promises when the dust settles? The conundrum lies in distinguishing between freebies and genuine welfare. While providing free ration during a crisis like COVID is an undeniable act of welfare, promising smartphones to all women raises eyebrows. Do all women really need a smartphone, or is it a political gambit veiled as generosity? In a country where smartphone accessibility has surged, are these promises a reflection of the changing times or a desperate attempt to capture attention? The allure of freebies might secure votes in the immediate aftermath of an election. But what about the long-term repercussions? Are our politicians considering the second and third order impacts of these promises, or is the focus merely on the applause at the victory podium? To answer this, let's unravel the consequences of economic freewheeling, a scenario where states and the nation plunge into debt, with the burden passed on to the very citizens they vowed to uplift. Take for instance the UPA government's grand gesture of a farm loan waiver in 2008. What seemed like a boon turned out to be a bane. Renowned economists Martin Keynes and Xavier Jain in their research reveal a stark reality. Farmers didn't witness an improvement in savings, credit uptake or investments. Instead, they shifted to riskier informal credit and banks directed their resources to less risky avenues. The intended solution became a double whammy, raising profound questions about the effectiveness of such well-intentioned but poorly targeted schemes. The immediate impact of freebies is often visible in fulfilled promises. But what about the hidden costs? Let's talk about the economic freewheeling that ensues. In Karnataka, the Congress promised 5 freebies, including Griha Lakshmi and Anna Bhagya. The aftermath: a whopping revenue deficit of 39,565 crore rupees and a cut in capex by 17,983 crore rupees. The opportunity cost for the state is monumental. Himachal Pradesh and Punjab share a similar story. The states are drowning in debt due to promises made by political parties. Punjab's debt figure stands at a historic high of 3.12 lakh crore rupees, leading to economists suggesting crowdfunding for its budget. Himachal Pradesh, after promising OPS and various freebies, is on the brink of an economic disaster. The story doesn't end with economic strain. The third order impact is often overlooked but has profound consequences on the overall health of the state. Capital expenditure, crucial for economic growth, takes a hit. In Karnataka, capex saw a 13% reduction, and in Punjab, there was a 40% decline during a specific period. This not only hampers infrastructure development but also limits job creation and private sector investment. Moreover, the intended beneficiaries might not always use the freebies as intended. For instance, in Karnataka, the promise of 10 kilograms of rice per person resulted in excess quantities being sold in the market, raising questions about the rationality of such provisions. Freebies can also kill entrepreneurship. Youth receiving unemployment allowances may lose motivation to seek employment or to become entrepreneurs. the intended solution becomes another set of issues. What happens when promises are made but not fulfilled? Let's look at Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Karnataka and Rajasthan. In Himachal Pradesh, promises of free electricity, financial assistance to women and milk procurement remain unfulfilled. The state's treasury is impacted and the health system is under strain due to cost-cutting measures. Punjab, with promises of 1,000 rupees per month to women and an increased old age pension, faces a different reality. The Aam Aadmi Party government has failed to implement these promises and the state's debt burden is reaching alarming levels. Karnataka, with a slew of promises from the Congress, is grappling with unfulfilled commitments. From free power to unemployed graduates, the state is facing a potential debt crisis of over 65,000 crore rupees. Rajasthan, with promises of unemployment allowances, reveals a stark reality. Out of 18.4 lakh unemployed, only 1.9 lakh are receiving allowances, highlighting the strain on the state's exchequer. In the grand theatre of Indian politics, the curtain rises not on fulfilled promises but on a tableau of broken dreams and financial ruin. The aftermath of freebie politics is a landscape scarred by economic disasters, unmet expectations and a treasury bleeding profusely. The impact is not just financial, it reverberates through delayed salaries, crippled health systems and a perpetual debt trap. One key lesson emerges clear. Freebies are not a panacea, but a poison pill for a nation's economy. The glittering promises made during election fervor often dissolve into a bitter reality, leaving citizens to grapple with the consequences of unchecked political ambitions. As voters in a democracy, are we willing to be swayed by momentary gratification? Or are we ready to demand accountability and foresight from our political leaders? The cost of these free lunches is borne by us all. The question then becomes, in the pursuit of short-lived pleasures, are we unknowingly signing away the future of our nation? You decide.